You for hire? The Republic needs every gun that's willing. Corellia's under Imperial control. Every squad, soldier, and CO in the galaxy is fighting to get her back. We thought the Empire had taken the planet by force. Turns out, they had the Corellian Council's blessing.
Why would the Corellian Council side with the Empire?
Credits? Power? No more elections? Your guess is as good as mine. The Empire's taken over factories, shipyards, even local transport. The transport blockades become the most urgent problem. The Republic's got allies all over Corellia. But without access to the rocket tram system, most of the Republic army is stuck here.
You need someone skilled to regain access, I take it?
We've got our hands full just holding this spaceport. It's the only pipeline to Corellia we have left. Corellia is a core world, a major industrial hub, and one of the founding members of the Republic. If we fall here, it might be for good. General Aves knows more about the tram system situation. He wants to see anyone willing to help.
Sounds like the tram's the only way out. I don't much like being stranded.
I'm sure the soldiers we're cut off from don't much like it either. General Aves has a command bunker here in the spaceport. I'll tell him to expect you.
General Aves, I was told you could use some help.
Captain, more than one officer has told me you can get things done. Corporal Hartke explained we've lost access to the rocket trams, but he wasn't cleared to know why. The Empire's gotten their hands on some modified neutron emitters. They're using them to wipe out anyone on board the trams.
Are the Imperials attacking Corellian passengers too?
Unfortunately, yes. But it hasn't stopped them from trying to escape to the more war-torn areas. The Republic has allies all over Corellia, but they're no help if we can't reach them. We've got to find those neutron emitters. We've received word that Corsac may have intel on the neutron emitter's location. They've carved out a safe haven in the red light sector.
What does Corsac stand for?
Corellian Security Force. Local law enforcement and our primary allies against the Empire. Without trams, the only way to reach the red light sector is on foot, and Imperial shock troops control what's in between. If you attack the Empire's supply camps, the shock troops will be distracted. My escort will move to meet up with Corsac as fast as we can.
I'll make a big mess for the Imperials to clean up.
We don't have time for hotshots. Get their attention and get out. Once you reach the red light sector, meet me in the Gilded Descent. It's an old casino turned Corsac fortress. I'll let Corsac know we're coming. We'll be right behind you. Welcome to the Gilded Descent. Corsac had the intel on the neutron emitters ready and waiting for us. The emitters are at Coronet Shipping. They're a major distributor of Starship parts and weapons. The place is built like a fortress. Unfortunately, the Empire's using it as shock troop headquarters. That makes a straight assault impossible. Too many defenses.
We beat the shock troops around the spaceport, didn't we?
That was just a few patrols. We're talking about a fully staffed and heavily armed HQ. Nearly every place on Corellia has a back door. Corsac thinks some of the Solonian tunnels run right under Coronet Shipping. The Solonians haven't dealt much with the Republic, so I sent a Corellian to do the negotiating. He should have been back by now.
I've never heard of the Solonians.
One of Corellia's native species. They were tunnel dwellers, until the Empire cut off their supplies.
Sir, Imperials attacked the rendezvous point. Captain Kantaris and the Solonian have been captured.
Someone tipped off the Imperials. Do we know where they're being held?
There's a captured Corsac station nearby. It would have the cell blocks and fortifications they'd need.
Corsac needs to keep the red light sector secure. You've got to free Captain Kantaris and his Solonian contact.
I'll take care of that.
These Corsac stations have room for plenty more prisoners. Help them if you can. But Kantaris and his contact are your primary concern. I'll put Corsac on alert and tell my scouts to watch for any sign of them. Get going.
Cool, Kantaris. General Aves sent me to get you out of here.
Just in time, too. I didn't like the looks of those Imperial interrogators. This is Goss, head of the local Solonian sept. She can get us inside Coronet Shipping.
Whatever's threatening the Solonians, we can help.
단체 어느 안약에 고백하스나 이친 가에 오글랍 안뱅기에 숲액 사사ams.
If I get them out, is there somewhere safe they can go?
Skag, das Kutag getanna Dolatakas. Gags Jushash, Oakstam. Kai Aksawaski, Xakranch.
I'll clear out the Imperials and help as many as I can.
Can't really ask for more than that. Place looks pretty cleared out. Goss and I will get back to the red light sector and meet up with General Aves. The Imperials will hit the Solonians hard once they discover our escape. You better move fast.
Jai mai chawasti. In exort aisig ex agilidad. Skill, ognan tayan kariyan stantastic digla. Laksal what we ex.
We're starting to wonder if you'd make it back. Glad you didn't bring the Empire with you.
The Solonians made it to the red light sector. The Imperials were too scattered by your attack to stop them.
Goss is helping her sept settle in. I didn't thank you properly earlier.
You wouldn't be much help from an Imperial cell.
I'm betting I wouldn't be very pleasant to be around either.
Your actions gained you more than one ally. Goss had her people confirm the Solonian tunnels ran underneath Coronet shipping. The Solonians were forced out of the tunnels by the Empire. But plenty of predators moved in afterwards. You'll have to be careful.
It'll take more than a dumb critter to kill me.
As long as you're down there, you could clear some of those predators out. The Solonians would like their homes back someday.
The tunnels will bypass the shock troops, but their commander, Captain Granta, will be inside. Don't underestimate him.
Imperials usually underestimate me.
If Captain Granta loses a battle, he just starts another one. Don't give him that chance.
You'll find the neutron emitters outside, somewhere with a clear shot at the tram system. This spike should override any Imperial security. The neutron emitters will interfere with portable comm transmissions. Once you're inside, contact me through Coronet Shipping's system.
Congratulations. You're inside. Did you give any thought to what might happen next? Coronet Shipping is under my command. You may have beaten our defenses, but you won't get past my men.
Might want to ask all the troops I just passed about that.
You'll find the men who guard the tunnels very different from the men who guard me. Outside, the tunnels were your escape route. In here, you have nowhere to run. Destroying the neutron emitters will get you nowhere. We have other ways of keeping the Republic under control.
No matter how many tricks the Empire pulls, I'll stop them.
You will be another corpse. Nothing more.
Orders, sir.
Show the Republic how the Empire handles its enemies.
I
just need to contact General Aves for instructions. Captain Granta is dead, General. We're ready to shut down the neutron emitters.
Cancel that. Imperial troops are boarding the rocket trams, trying to cripple us before we can move out. If the Imperials hit us hard enough, we'll have no one left to send. We have to use the neutron emitters to wipe them out.
Civilians knew the risks. We can't let the Imperials reach those troops.
I'll have my men meet the tram at the station to make sure. Get back to the red light sector as soon as you can. Made it out. We've been busy. Coronet shipping's still a mess. But the rocket trams are up and running. The neutron emitters work perfectly. The Imperials on board didn't even have a chance to attack.
Tell that to the civilians trying to escape the war. They didn't deserve to become casualties.
They took a chance trying to escape. It turned out bad.
You might call the sacrifice of a couple of Corellian families bad. Some might call it wrong.
What's important is we have access to the rocket tram. We're already moving troops and supplies to Republic holdouts across Corellia. But the Empire's not making it easy. Once our reinforcements move from the rocket tram to the ground transport, they disappear.
We're not sure how the Empire's catching them, but someone contacted us who thinks he does. Councilor Belos, of the same Corellian council that voted to join the Empire.
That was a mistake. The Republic's trying to free Corellia. I want to help.
You're lucky the Republic even answered your comm call.
I want to see Corellia restored. Only the Republic can do that.
Empire hasn't kept the peace on Corellia like you hoped?
I'm not asking for forgiveness. But your reinforcements will never get through Labor Valley without my help. Your men disappear once they move to speeders. The Empire is using prototype droids that can bring down any short-range vehicle.
Where did the Empire find this technology?
Not found. Developed. They've rounded up the best scientists and technicians on Corellia and put them to work. My assistant, Dina Behar, has been researching the droids. I've instructed her to meet you in Labor Valley. Can she expect you?
Looks like I don't have any choice but to play along.
I'm a lot of things, but a liar isn't one of them. I suppose I'll have to prove that to you first. I should get back before I'm missed. If I learn anything else that might help, I'll contact you.
If this is a trap, we'll find out soon enough. Take the rocket tram to Labor Valley and find this Dina Behar. We need to stop those droids.
Dina Behar? I was told you had some information for me.
I've been expecting you, Captain. We might not have another chance, so listen closely. You already know the Empire's droids are in a secure laboratory. Its toughest defenses are the prison-grade vault doors. The doors can resist any kind of unauthorized entry, except in an emergency. You'll need disaster relief droids to get inside.
What exactly do you do for Councilor Belos again?
Councilor Belos is a busy man. I keep him informed on many issues. The Baharan Droid Factory specializes in disaster relief droids. They're here in Labor Valley, but they've been closed since the Empire arrived. The Empire shipped out Baharan's inventory before shutting down the factory. You'll need to get it up and running if you want those droids.
How do I reactivate an entire factory?
You'll need to restore power by reactivating the factory's off-site generators first, and then start up the assembly line. There are some risks involved. The generators are located in Hellfire, and rebooting the assembly line will activate any unfinished droids.
What state are these droids actually in?
The droids are missing safety protocols and loyalty programming. They'll fire on you unless they're destroyed. Once the assembly line's moving, the factory has to be reconnected to the supply grid. The machines will get their parts, you'll get your droids, and the droids will get you inside the Empire's lab.
Reactivate the generators, turn on the assembly line, hook up the supply grid.
Don't forget avoiding the Empire and any hostile droids. Once you've hooked up the supply grid, contact me through the factory comm system. That should let me verify that everything's working. Until then, it's best if we don't speak. Good luck.
Calling as instructed, Dina. The Baharan Droid Factory is up and running.
Perfect. Your disaster relief droids should be ready. You can use the remotes to control them. I'm impressed. It would have taken the workers weeks to reopen the factory.
Beautiful women are a nice motivator.
Let's hope the Empire has some in their lab. The droids will get you inside the lab, but the Empire's gotten their hands on Dannison Varric, one of the best scientists on Corellia. The prototype droids are Varric's work, as are the lab's security systems, the deadliest in the galaxy.
Is Varric an Imperial hostage or an ally?
I couldn't contact anyone inside the lab. If he is a traitor, you'll find out fast. Once you're inside the lab, find the testing grounds. Varric, his team, and the Empire's droids should all be there. Destroy the droids and the Republic's supply runs will make it through Labor Valley. Councilor Belos guarantees it.
Those droids won't be leaving the Empire's lab again.
Comm General Aves as soon as you have control. Use the lab comm system. The Empire's monitoring Republic frequencies. I should return to my work for the Councilor. It was a pleasure.
Are you insane? What kind of degenerate attacks a laboratory? Those doors were pure Durasteel, at least 5 layers thick. How did you even get inside?
Disaster relief droids don't care how thick your doors are.
Of course. I should have accounted for that. Oh, the Republic troops, yeah. A terrible business. I can assure you, my droids are not responsible. They're equipped for combat, but only for defensive purposes. There's no need to destroy them.
Republic soldiers are dying. Your droids have to be stopped.
You're assuming they can be stopped. I won't argue with an armed intruder. Just give me a moment to make the proper adjustments. These droids are my greatest work. I can't allow you to destroy them. I'm sorry. Those droids could destroy speeders mid-flight. They were tested against the Empire's strongest men. Yes, the droids were made for the Empire. I supported the Council's decision. I'm not ashamed. The Republic's falling, and they expect brilliant men like me to go down with her. I won't do it.
People say I'm overconfident.
Until you showed up, my droids were indestructible. I don't expect you to understand. Things being what they are, I'm the one who has to adapt. If the Republic is Corellia's future, I'm willing to look past my political views. You've seen my designs in action. I could create similar things for the Republic, if they'll have me.
If you're willing, the Republic could use your skills.
I'll let my staff know. Thank you for this chance. The Republic may be smarter than I thought.
General Aves, the Empire's droids have been destroyed.
The General's a little busy right now, so you get me. Corsac will be there to deal with Dennis and Varric soon. I wasn't expecting the Councilor's information to check out. For your sake, I'm glad it did.
You sure know how to hold a grudge.
Spend half your life protecting a traitor, then come talk to me about grudges. With Labor Valley under control, the Republic set their sights on Axial Park. The Empire's launched a major offensive to keep us out. Armies, walkers, trenches, they're already calling it the Battle of Axial Park. General Aves needs all the help he can get.
I'll be there as quick as I can.
Axial Park is just a tram ride away from Capitol Square. We win this battle, and the Empire's cornered. Head to Axial Park and check in with the General. He'll tell you what to do.
Checking in, General Aves. Captain Kantara said you needed me.
If we need you anywhere on Corellia, it's here. We're getting close, and the Imperials know it. We've been on the march since the blockade ended. When we reached Axial Park, the Empire was waiting. Axial Park is the gateway to Capitol Square, and a monument to Republic history. Failure isn't an option here.
No worries, General. Failure isn't even in my vocabulary.
I had a feeling it wasn't. Or that you wouldn't admit to it. Every time we gain some ground, our troops get ambushed. Between the Special Forces and the Imperial Army, my men are overwhelmed. We're about to start a major offensive into Imperial territory. I need someone on the battlefield dealing with these ambushes as they appear.
Whatever the Empire throws at me, I can handle it.
I believe it. We've got to secure the ground we have. Our engineers are creating a perimeter of trenches around the command center. The engineers have armed escorts, but the Empire's hit them hard. They'll need your protection until the trenches are stabilized.
Tell your men to get working. I'll keep the Empire busy.
Move fast and take them down hard. There's too much at stake for games. I've got my scouts working to find Special Forces before they strike. As reports come in, I'll contact you with your next objective. Make sure you're prepared before you head out. There's no time to rest on the battlefield.
I've reached the rendezvous point, General Aves.
Good work. The Republic's taking care of what's left of the Empire's Special Forces. Those commanders you ran into were Imperial Guard, the most elite fighting force in the galaxy. If the Imperial Guard has landed in force on Corellia, this battle's nowhere close to over.
We've got to get past them first.
How are you gonna handle it?
We've got to find the Imperial Guard before they find us. Tracing their dispatch orders will be our best bet. The Imperial Command Center's not far from here. Use the spike to take control. Our techs will scan for any orders related to the Imperial Guard.
Got it. Don't even need to write it down.
The Empire's jammed our portable comm frequencies. Use their comm station to contact me once you've spiked their systems. The command center is the Empire's last holdout in Axial Park. Get inside and find out what they're planning.
Spike's in, General. You should have access to the Empire's systems.
Our techs are hacked in and ready. Now let's see where the Imperial Guard's been hiding. Imperial Guard orders are being transmitted from the Museum Republica. Looks like they want to hit us where it hurts. That rules out aerial bombardment, or a major assault. One stray grenade could destroy centuries of history.
Does the Imperial Guard have any weaknesses?
They're isolated from the rest of the Empire. They only answer to their commanding officer. These dispatch orders come from Commander Tainer, head of the Imperial Guard. Commander's the one with the battle plan. If something happened to him, it would take time for the Imperial Guard to adjust.
Would it be enough to catch them off guard?
An hour, maybe less. But that's all the time I'd need to take out their men in Axial Park. If the commander's smart, he'll post a few men at the door and hide the rest in the museum. Move fast and stay sharp. The Museum Republica's collection dates back to the founding. Spare anything you can from the crossfire.
This stuff wouldn't be worth any creds, would it?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Get inside the museum and find the commander. I'll send reinforcements as soon as I can.
You must be Commander Tainer.
And you're the reason half my guardsmen aren't responding. I've been waiting a long time for you to reach us. The Republic must be doing well.
The Republic is the Empire cornered.
Yet most of the Imperial Guard remains here. The Imperial Guard has no interest in Corellia or the Republic's claim. Our men in the field were sent to challenge you. The Emperor is aware of your presence. Your interference can no longer be allowed.
Glad to hear I've made an impression.
You've come farther than anyone expected, but I'm afraid your luck's run out. Those who challenge the Imperial Guard challenge the Emperor himself. Countless worlds, countless armies, to fall here? We are an extension of the Emperor's power. He cannot be defeated. I cannot be defeated!
People say I'm overconfident.
I swore an oath of loyalty to the Emperor. To break it is unforgivable. My mistakes cannot go unpunished. Kill me.
You had this coming. Your honor has nothing to do with it.
I embrace it nonetheless.
Yes, sir. I'll relay the message. General Aves apologizes for our timing, but it looks like we weren't needed. We'll secure the museum. The General requests that you meet him back at the command bunker ASAP.
You've arrived just in time to witness the final troop deployment into Axial Park. The Empire's making a last stand. It might get messy, but we can hold our ground. I must have called my men at least 3 times to verify Commander Tainer's death.
Can't argue with a man who wants to die.
Not if you hope to win, anyway. The Imperial Guard's code of honor could put the Mandalorians to shame. With Axial Park under control, Capital Square is just a tram ride away. We've already started planning our offensive. The legislature will be our primary target. The Empire's turned it into a fortress. It'll take more than firepower to get inside.
Councilor Balos might know a few shortcuts.
The Councilor's risked his neck for us already. We contact him now. He might lose it altogether. Gol Kantaris is familiar with the legislature's security from his days in the Council Guard. He'll be our best starting point. You'll find Captain Kantaris in the Council Guardhouse in Capitol Square. He should be able to brief you.
Let Kantaris know I'm on my way.
I'll get back to troop deployment. When we know our next move, my men will be ready.
Good you're here. We've got trouble. You remember Councilor Balos?
Captain Kantaris tells me the Republic's on their way here. You can't attack the legislature yet. The Empire's taken control of the Ion Wall, Corellia's most powerful defense system. They're planning to use it against the Republic.
How did the Empire get control of the Ion Wall?
The Corellian Council offered it to them. Only we have the codes to operate it.
You happen to tell them our position and troop numbers, too?
But I have the codes. Why not turn it on the legislature's defenses instead?
Won't the Empire expect a counterattack?
They've been led to believe it's an impossibility. First, you'll need to point the Ion Wall's emitters at the legislature. They've been concealed inside statues around Capitol Square. Once the emitters are realigned, the Ion Wall can be activated. The controls are located inside intra-Corellian intelligence.
That's the catch. Intra-Corellian intelligence was one of the first places the Empire took over. It'll be crawling with Imperials.
Some Republic troops or a Corsair squad might even the odds.
You head over with more than you've got, and the Empire will know something's up. Nice and quiet is our best strategy.
The Imperials aren't the only danger, I'm afraid. Several members of the Dark Council arrived in Capitol Square a few days ago. One of them, Darth Acheron, was dispatched to intra-Corellian intelligence to keep the Ion Wall safe. You'll have to get past him.
I've never heard of the Dark Council.
They govern the Empire according to the Emperor's wishes. Only the most powerful Sith in the galaxy earn a seat. I should go. There's a secure line from intra-Corellian intelligence to my office. Contact me once you've activated the Ion Wall.
The guardhouse is still linked to the legislature. We can't control their defenses, but we can tell when they go down. I'll get Corsair and the Republic into position. The minute you activate the Ion Wall, we attack.
Another chance, my lord. You'll need us. The Republic's agent. Too powerful.
I watched an Imperial fall to a common mercenary. I have no desire to see it again. Soldiers are often more trouble than they're worth. You deserve better from your opponents.
Not his fault I'm good at what I do.
Your only advantage is complete ignorance of the dangers you face. The Republic did well to send you here. If activated, the Ion Wall would disable ships, artillery, even the weapon in your hand. But your contact should have told you that the Ion Wall cannot be destroyed through the controls alone.
I sincerely have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Honest.
You should pray the Republic can protect its spy better than you have.
The Ion Wall's been activated, Counselor.
And it worked perfectly. The Empire's scrambling to find reinforcements. Now's your best chance. General Aves is starting the assault. Head for the legislature. Catch up with their men inside.
I'll be there as quick as I can.
I must go. The Empire's moving the Council to a secure location. No more comm calls. I bet my life on a Republic victory. Don't disappoint me now.
It was an ambush, General. Imps came through a hidden entrance. Lost our CO, but the cavalry showed up just in time.
You've got my thanks. The Ion Wall did plenty of damage. But the Empire's recovering fast. The Corellian Council's shortcuts aren't helping. As long as the Empire has the Council, they have their inside knowledge. We have to find them.
How much damage can the Council do?
Secret weapons. Contingency plans. There might be 10 things worse than the Ion Wall inside the legislature alone. We've gone over the schematics with Captain Kantaris. He's identified a holdout room intended to keep the Council safe in an emergency. Darth Hadra of the Dark Council was their escort. If they're in the holdout room, she'll be in there with them.
One member of the Dark Council might be my limit.
Well, we're hearing rumors of a third. You have Republic reinforcements, of course. Captain Kantaris is leading his own assault, but assures me his officers will come if called. The Green Jedi has also promised to send who they can spare.
I've never heard of the Green Jedi.
Special enclave dedicated to protecting Corellia. You'll understand the name when you see their robes. Our techs have rigged the legislature's comm stations to connect directly to Republic dispatch. Use them to call for backup. Remember, the Corellian Council is the Empire's ace in the hole. Find them before there are any more surprises.
It's war in here. I need trained soldiers.
Locating nearest Republic squad. Transmitting your location.
This place is a maze. I could use some local help.
Contacting Captain Kentaris. Corsac is tracking you now.
Having the Force would sure help right now.
Patching through to the Green Gardens. Uploading your coordinates.
I assure you, Darth Hadra, this holdout room is impenetrable. The Republic will never break through.
Save your breath, Counselor. Even your little hiding place was not immune from the ion wall. You've turned the legislature into a battlefield. Is this your plan to lure the Council back to the Republic?
It's never too late to admit you were wrong.
Even with half of Corellia in flames, the Council still stands with the Empire. After seeing the damage to the legislature, I was expecting an army. You should have come prepared. The holdout room is designed to protect and hide the Council. There are no comm stations here. All transmissions are blocked. Your allies are out of reach. Can you face me without your precious Republic?
All I want is the Council. Can't we make a deal?
Corellia's part of the Empire now. We wouldn't abandon her leaders.
Just her people, right? When I heard you were going after the Council, I rounded up Corsac's best. I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Then you've chosen your fate. Those who resist Imperial rule will die by my hands.
Well, Counselors, looks like it's just you and your angry constituency now. Acting Corsac Command can arrest heads of state with the Republic's approval. I want all of them. Councilor Balos, too.
But I spied on the Empire. I lied to a Sith Lord. I risked my life to help the Republic.
You were the first to suggest we join the Empire, Balos. How many credits were you offered to change your mind?
How many credits were you offered to keep it?
We joined the Empire only to save Corellia.
The Empire has resources and proven strength. We were planning for the future.
The Council made themselves kings at Corellia's expense. They all deserve to be punished.
You all started this war. Nothing can make up for that.
Take note, Captain Kataris. This is how the Republic repays her allies.
Only the ones who joined the Empire, Counselor. General Aves will want a status update. Give us a minute to restore communications in here. Can you hear us, General?
Coming through fine, Captain. Without the Corellian Council's advice, the Empire's falling back on old tactics. They're not working. Once the legislature falls, the Empire will be vulnerable. I've got several squads ready to push them off Corellia. But they'll need a signal.
Broadcast comm in the Speaker's courtyard. Your signal will hit every comm station on Corellia, if you can reach it.
Just tell me where the action is.
The Speaker's courtyard is being protected by Darth Decimus, the last of the Dark Council members sent to Corellia.
He convinced the Corellian Council to join the Empire. He won't let Corellia go easy.
You won't have any backup here. Corsek's holding the Council. The Green Jedi are defending their enclave, and my men are in position.
I've been saving a few tricks for a fight like this.
Use everything you've got. If we lose the legislature, we lose Corellia. Once you've defeated Darth Decimus, contact me on the broadcast comm. I'll be waiting for your signal.
This is it. One Sith Lord between us and freedom.
The Republic trusts its victory to a simple mercenary. Will wonders never cease? I've watched your progress across Corellia. The Speaker's courtyard has been witness to it all. From this historic stage, I'll declare Corellia an official member of the Empire. Even your efforts cannot sully that.
I'm declaring a Republic victory. Should be an interesting broadcast.
Because you've taken the legislature? There's more to Corellia than Capital Square. When the Empire evaded, the Council provided coordinates. Coronet City's docks were emptied. Those who resisted were killed. The fleet moved into the shipyards. Imperial troops spread to Capital Square. Truly a glorious sight.
You won't live to see it again.
Winning this battle will not win you the war.
Darth Decimus is defeated, General. Tell your men the legislature is ours.
No need to. Broadcast comm just sang it across Corellia. It's up to our reserves to push the Empire out completely. But we're already seeing major retreats. Corellia is free. We're getting ready to declare a formal victory to the Senate. Head for the press room when you're ready. Supreme Chancellor Suresh. Senators. The Republic's taken the legislature, and the Empire's on their last legs. It's all cleanup from here. The message went out across Corellia, and I'm proud to relay it to you on Coruscant. We will have our victory. We had plenty of help from our allies, but one man stood above the rest. We owe our victory to his efforts.
On behalf of the Senate, I'd like to thank you for your service to the Republic. The General tells us you were indispensable.
General Aves and Captain Kantaris gave the orders.
We haven't forgotten. They'll both be honored for their leadership.
The Senate's heard many rumors about the Imperial invasion of Corellia. Before we continue, we'd like to hear the truth.
The Empire moved in with the Corellian Council's blessing. We fought their inside knowledge all the way to Capital Square.
The Council showed no remorse for their actions. They've been arrested and removed from office.
The Council was loyal to the Republic for years. Why would they abandon us now?
The Empire convinced them that we were weak.
The Council went with the odds. Fortunately for us, they didn't pay off.
With the Council in jail, Corellia has no local leadership. There could be riots, crime sprees, further destruction.
After all the damage the Empire's done, the Senate is hesitant to take direct control. Who should lead Corellia through their recovery?
Corellia's free, but vulnerable. They'll need our protection.
The Senate can appoint an interim prime minister. We'll declare martial law until then.
Corellia is one of our founding planets. There was no warning before they turned. How many more worlds might be on the brink? You brought Corellia back to the Republic. You have the Senate's attention. How can we prevent other worlds from joining the Empire?
Corellia's free because the people fought back. Their reward is a big pile of rubble they used to call home. Some people call that the cost of war. I call it unfair. The Republic's too focused on the big picture. Take care of the little guys first. You never know when you might need their help.
You have the Senate's promise. We'll see Corellia properly restored.
Before you go, we'd like to thank you properly. There's no medal or title that equals what you've accomplished. But this should help.
First-class blood stripes, Corellia's highest honor, awarded to those who keep fighting despite the odds.
Thank you, Captain. I'd be proud to fight with Corsec again.
We'd be proud to have you, but I'm hoping our fighting days are nearly over.
You freed Corellia from the Empire and set events in motion that may end this war. You deserve more than our thanks.
Our victory today sends a message. The Republic may falter, but we will never fall, as long as we keep fighting. Senators, let your voices be heard. Stand and recognize these heroes of the Republic.